elevated bridge decks, but overall this is about it. So don't be surprised if you see a little dusting of white on some of your lawns here tomorrow in those areas, southeastern North Dakota and over into Minnesota. So that should melt because obviously our temperatures tomorrow do rise back into the 40s. The morning's going to be pretty cold though, and then heading into the weekend, of course, hunting opener weekend temperatures that reach the 40s here both Saturday and Sunday, and next week getting active. We're looking at temperatures that are going to be kind of all over the map here. Near freezing, above and below, of course, during the overnight hours, and the potential for snow, the potential for rain, or even some thunderstorms coming up next week. We're definitely in that transitional time here as we're working our way into that first full week of November next week, so be ready for it.
Yeah, you're not kidding. All on the table. Snow, thunderstorms, what don't we have here?
Everything but tropical weather.
We already made it through that,
yeah. Okay, Lisa, thank you this morning. President Joe Biden and former President Barack Obama delivered the same message on opposite sides of the country last night, that democracy is on the ballot. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump urged voters in Arizona to save the country by electing the candidates that he endorsed for state and federal office.
We're just 5 days away from the midterms, and some U.S. officials say they're worried about the spread of election misinformation. Deborah Alfarone has more from Washington.
Former President Barack Obama took on a heckler at an Arizona rally.
Set up your own rally.
And he called out politicians who, quote, stir up division.
This increasing habit of demonizing political opponents, that creates a dangerous climate.
Obama's presence here is a distraction for who's not here. Joe Biden.
Arizona's Republican candidates were also on the campaign trail Wednesday, with former President Trump dialing into a tele-rally to voice his support.
We have to basically, in a nutshell, save our country because our country is going bad.
In a major speech here in Washington, President Biden invoked the violent attack on House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband as he urged all Americans to denounce election deniers and political violence.
We must, in this moment, dig deep within ourselves and recognize that we can't take democracy for granted any longer.
Senior U.S. officials who are monitoring election threats say they are concerned that false claims against this year's midterm election results, particularly if spread on social media, have the potential to lead to violence. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
This week, a federal judge ordered armed members of a group that was monitoring ballot drop boxes in Arizona to stay at least 250 feet away from those locations.
That ruling came after complaints that people wearing masks and carrying guns were intimidating voters.
Let's get the answer now to that question of the morning on Facebook. The question that we have today is, according to a poll, the average parent thinks 12 is the perfect age for this.
A cell phone. And here all of us were thinking a job, some chores, staying home alone.
I think when we were 12, cell phones weren't even on the table.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was not a thing. Anyway.
Oh, wow. Okay, pretty shocking, but I feel like normal.
Oh, yeah, in line with the times for sure.
Yeah. Remember, you can play along every day. Find our question of the day on the Valley News Live Facebook page. Straight ahead on your Fast Track to 7, a house fire near NDSU in North Fargo. We have a live report in 2.5 minutes. Also on Fast Track, 3 men in jail for the stabbing death of a Fargo man, and we have new information on that victim's family connection.
Oh gosh, I gotta do my update.